Saturday, December the 7th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 8 p.m., Boston Celtics face the Memphis Grizzlies. Celtics on SiriusXM channels 86, Internet 881. Grizzlies on Internet 894. 8 p.m., Miami Heat face the Phoenix Suns. Heat on Sirius 146, XM 215, and Internet 895. Suns on Internet 903. In the NHL, 8 p.m., Ottawa Senators face the Nashville Predators. Senators on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 939. Predators on Internet 935. 8 p.m., LA Kings face the Minnesota Wild. Kings on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 932. Wild on Internet 933. 10 p.m., Edmonton Oilers face the St. Louis Blues. Oilers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 930. Blues on Internet 944. In NCAA college football, 8 p.m., SMU faces Clemson. SMU on Sirius XM and Internet channels 81. Clemson on Sirius 119, XM 193, and Internet 955. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 80. 8 p.m., Oregon faces Penn State. Oregon on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. Penn State on Sirius XM and Internet channels 82. National feed on Sirius 161, XM 195, and Internet 957. In NCAA College Men's Basketball, 8 p.m., Arkansas faces UTSA on Sirius 106, XM 190, and Internet 960. 8 p.m., Colorado faces Colorado State. Colorado on XM 381, Internet 971. Colorado State on XM 392, Internet 982. 8 p.m., Oklahoma takes on Alcorn State on XM 391, Internet 981. 8 p.m., Ole Miss faces Lindenwood on Sirius 158, XM 191, and Internet 961. 9 p.m., Loyola Marymount faces Nevada on XM 384, Internet 974. 9 p.m., New Mexico faces New Mexico State on XM 382, Internet 972. 9 p.m., Utah State faces Utah Tech on XM 383, Internet 973. 10 p.m., Gonzaga faces Kentucky. Gonzaga on Sirius XM and Internet channels 83. Kentucky on Sirius 106, XM 190, and Internet 960. 10 p.m., San Diego State takes on San Diego on XM 385, Internet 975. In NCAA College Women's Basketball, 9 p.m., UConn takes on Louisville. UConn on Sirius 85, XM 202, and Internet 964. Louisville on Sirius 132, XM 194, and Internet 956. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Saturday, December the 7th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 8 p.m., Boston Celtics face the Memphis Grizzlies. Celtics on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 881. Grizzlies on Internet 894. 8 p.m., Miami Heat face the Phoenix Suns. Heat on Sirius 146, XM 215, and Internet 895. Suns on Internet 903. In the NHL, 8 p.m., Ottawa Senators face the Nashville Predators. Senators on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 939. Predators on Internet 935. 8 p.m., LA Kings face the Minnesota Wild. Kings on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 932. Wild on Internet 933. 10 p.m., Edmonton Oilers face the St. Louis Blues. Oilers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 930. Blues on Internet 944. In NCAA college football, 8 p.m., SMU faces Clemson. SMU on Sirius XM and Internet channels 81. Clemson on Sirius 119, XM 193, and Internet 955. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 80. 8 p.m., Oregon faces Penn State. Oregon on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. Penn State on Sirius XM and Internet channels 82. National feed on Sirius 161, XM 195, and Internet 957. In NCAA college men's basketball, 8 p.m., Arkansas faces UTSA on Sirius 106, XM 190, and Internet 960.
Sirius XM has soccer covered end to end. Sirius XM FC. Hear live play-by-play and talk shows hosted by legends of the game. It's Sirius XM FC on Channel 157.
I'm Mick Kern with It Happened in Baseball. September 18th, 2006. On this Monday evening at Dodger Stadium, over 55,000 people showed up to watch the home side clash with the San Diego Padres. The two teams were separated by only a half game in the National League West standings, with the Padres sitting in first. They roared out to a 4-1 lead after one inning, LA tying it up after 3. But heading into the bottom of the ninth, the Dodgers were trailing by 4 runs and were facing John Atkins on the mound. Jeff Kent led things off with a home run against the right-hander. J.D. Drew followed suit with his own solo shot. That was more than enough for Padres manager Bruce Bochy, who went to the bullpen for closer Trevor Hoffman. Well, that made absolutely no difference in matters, as first Russ Martin and then Marlon Anderson both crushed balls for solo shots, tying the game at 9 runs apiece. The Dodgers ended up winning this one 11-10 thanks to a 2-run Nomar Garciaparra home run in the 10th, and they moved into first place in the West. LA and San Diego would both end up tied for the division lead at the end of the season, with both teams compiling 88 wins. The Padres were awarded the division title due to winning the season series. Both teams, though, bowed out in the first round of the playoffs. But on this day, the Dodgers ruled the roost thanks to those 4 straight home runs, which tied a Major League record. The 4th time it had been accomplished. The Twins turned the trick in 1964, as did the 63 Indians and the 61 Braves. Recently, the Red Sox, White Sox, and Arizona Diamondbacks have all joined that club. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Saturday, December the 7th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 8 p.m., Boston Celtics face the Memphis Grizzlies. Celtics on SiriusXM channels 86, Internet 881. Grizzlies on Internet 894. 8 p.m., Miami Heat face the Phoenix Suns. Heat on Sirius 146, XM 215, and Internet 895. Suns on Internet 903. In the NHL, 8 p.m., Ottawa Senators face the Nashville Predators. Senators on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 939. Predators on Internet 935. 8 p.m., LA Kings face the Minnesota Wild. Kings on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 932. Wild on Internet 933. 10 p.m., Edmonton Oilers face the St. Louis Blues. Oilers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 930. Blues on Internet 944. In NCAA college football, 8 p.m., SMU faces Clemson. SMU on Sirius XM and Internet channels 81. Clemson on Sirius 119, XM 193, and Internet 955. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 80. 8 p.m., Oregon faces Penn State. Oregon on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. Penn State on Sirius XM and Internet channels 82. National feed on Sirius 161, XM 195, and Internet 957. In NCAA college men's basketball, 8 p.m., Arkansas faces UTSA on Sirius 106, XM 190, and Internet 960. 8 p.m., Colorado faces Colorado State. Colorado on XM 381, Internet 971. Colorado State on XM 392, Internet 982. 8 p.m., Oklahoma takes on Alcorn State on XM 391, Internet 981. 8 p.m., Ole Miss faces Lindenwood on Sirius 158, XM 191, and Internet 961. 9 p.m., Loyola Marymount faces Nevada on XM 384, Internet 974. 9 p.m., New Mexico faces New Mexico State on XM 382, Internet 972. 9 p.m., Utah State faces Utah Tech on XM 383, Internet 973. 10 p.m., Gonzaga faces Kentucky. Gonzaga on Sirius XM and Internet channels 83. Kentucky on Sirius 106, XM 190, and Internet 960. 10 p.m., San Diego State takes on San Diego on XM 385, Internet 975. In NCAA college women's basketball, 9 p.m., UConn takes on Louisville. UConn on Sirius 85, XM 202, and Internet 964. Louisville on Sirius 132, XM 194, and Internet 956. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Saturday, December the 7th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 8 p.m., Boston Celtics face the Memphis Grizzlies. Celtics on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 881. Grizzlies on Internet 894. 8 p.m., Miami Heat face the Phoenix Suns. Heat on Sirius 146, XM 215, and Internet 895. Suns on Internet 903. In the NHL, 8 p.m., Ottawa Senators face the Nashville Predators. Senators on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 939. Predators on Internet 935. 8 p.m., LA Kings face the Minnesota Wild. Kings on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 932. Wild on Internet 933. 10 p.m., Edmonton Oilers face the St. Louis Blues. Oilers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 930. Blues on Internet 944. In NCAA college football, 8 p.m., SMU faces Clemson. SMU on Sirius XM and Internet channels 81. Clemson on Sirius 119, XM 193, and Internet 955. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 80. 8 p.m., Oregon faces Penn State. Oregon on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 84, Penn State on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 82, national feed on Sirius 161 XM 195 and Internet 957. In NCAA College Men's Basketball, 8 p.m. Arkansas faces UTSA on Sirius 106 XM 190 and Internet 960.
SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio is the place for expert advice, strategy, and information from the best fantasy sports analysis to win your league. Plus, hear pick-by-pick coverage of live drafts and interviews with top players, coaches, and team executives on SiriusXM 87.
For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton. The 1941-42 campaign did not start out with any huge dramatics for the Maple Leafs. They were coming off their second-best season in team history, but they lost to Boston in the semifinals that year. With the war going on in Europe as well, some of the Leafs were in the armed forces. GM Conn Smythe, he was also not present at all until late in the season because of his involvement in World War II. A solid season for Toronto placed them in their division, 3 points up on the Rangers. Toronto beat New York in round 1. Setting up what would be an historic Stanley Cup Finals with Detroit. The young Red Wings team jumped on top of Toronto early in the series, shocking them, winning both games 2-1 and then 4-2. Heading back to Detroit, Toronto took an early 2-0 lead in Game 3, but they fell and they trailed 3-0. Game 4 in Detroit saw Toronto come back from 2-0 and 3-2 deficits to win 4-3. Then they ran the Wings out of the building in Game 5, winning 9-3. In Game 6, they shut them out and had set up a Stanley Cup Final Game 7 for the first time in history. And Toronto would complete the comeback with a 3-1 win. That team is the only team in North American sports history to win its championship after going down 3-0 in the finals. Truly one of the greatest comebacks ever, and what a moment, not just for Toronto, but the game of hockey in general. The 1941-1942 Maple Leafs, greatest comeback in NHL history. For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton.
Get the latest news, opinion, and analysis from MMA to boxing and the professional wrestling world 24/7. SiriusXM Fight Nation, SiriusXM 156, and the SXM app.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM Sports schedule for Saturday, December the 7th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 8 p.m., Boston Celtics face the Memphis Grizzlies. Celtics on Sirius XM channels 86, Internet 881. Grizzlies on Internet 894. 8 p.m., Miami Heat face the Phoenix Suns. Heat on Sirius 146, XM 215, and Internet 895. Suns on Internet 903. In the NHL, 8 p.m., Ottawa Senators face the Nashville Predators. Senators on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 939. Predators on Internet 935. 8 p.m., LA Kings face the Minnesota Wild. Kings on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 932. Wild on Internet 933. 10 p.m., Edmonton Oilers face the St. Louis Blues. Oilers on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 930. Blues on Internet 944. In NCAA College Football, 8 p.m., SMU faces Clemson. SMU on Sirius XM and Internet channels 81. Clemson on Sirius 119, XM 193, and Internet 955. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 80. 8 p.m., Oregon faces Penn State. Oregon on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. Penn State on Sirius XM and Internet channels 82. National feed on Sirius 161, XM 195, and Internet 957. In NCAA College Men's Basketball, 8 p.m., Arkansas faces UTSA on Sirius 106, XM 190, and Internet 960. 8 p.m., Colorado faces Colorado State. Colorado on XM 381, Internet 971. Colorado State on XM 392, Internet 982. 8 p.m., Oklahoma takes on Alcorn State on XM 391, Internet 981. 8 p.m., Ole Miss faces Lindenwood on Sirius 158, XM 191, and Internet 961. 9 p.m., Loyola Marymount faces Nevada on XM 384, Internet 974. 9 p.m., New Mexico faces New Mexico State on XM 382, Internet 972. 9 p.m., Utah State faces Utah Tech on XM 383, Internet 973. 10 p.m., Gonzaga faces Kentucky. Gonzaga on Sirius XM and Internet channels 83. Kentucky on Sirius 106, XM 190, and Internet 960. 10 p.m., San Diego State takes on San Diego on XM 385, Internet 975. In NCAA College Women's Basketball, 9 p.m., UConn takes on Louisville. UConn on Sirius 85, XM 202, and Internet 964. Louisville on Sirius 132, XM 194, and Internet 956. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Saturday, December the 7th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 8 p.m., Boston Celtics face the Memphis Grizzlies. Celtics on Sirius XM channels 86, Internet 881. Grizzlies on Internet 894. 8 p.m., Miami Heat face the Phoenix Suns. Heat on Sirius 146, XM 215, and Internet 895. Suns on Internet 903. In the NHL, 8 p.m., Ottawa Senators face the Nashville Predators. Senators on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 939. Predators on Internet 935. 8 p.m., LA Kings face the Minnesota Wild. Kings on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 932. Wild on Internet 933. 10 p.m., Edmonton Oilers face the St. Louis Blues. Oilers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 930. Blues on Internet 944. In NCAA college football, 8 p.m., SMU faces Clemson. SMU on Sirius XM and Internet channels 81. Clemson on Sirius 119, XM 193, and Internet 955. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 80. 8 p.m., Oregon faces Penn State. Oregon on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. Penn State on Sirius XM and Internet channels 82. National feed on Sirius 161, XM 195, and Internet 957. In NCAA college men's basketball, 8 p.m., Arkansas faces UTSA on Sirius 106, XM 190, and Internet 960.
Mad Dog Sports Radio has the best sports talk in the business, covering sports with a passion and knowledge you need. Mad Dog Sports Radio, Sirius XM 86, and the SXM app.
I'm Mick Kern with It Happened in Baseball. If you've got your 1975 Topps baseball set just kicking around, pull out card number 407. It's an oddity in the hobby, being the only baseball card ever issued for a pinch runner. Flip over the card, you'll see 92 games played in 1974 for Herb Washington. The native of Mississippi grew up in Flint, Michigan, playing baseball like most kids, but he excelled at sprinting. He broke a number of records during his prime, in particular in the 50 and 60-yard dash, but just missed out on qualifying for the 1972 Munich Summer Olympics. None other than Charlie Finley, the colorful and creative owner of the Oakland A's, who knew a good promotional idea when he saw one, signed Washington to a one-year contract worth $45,000, along with a $20,000 signing bonus. The catch was there would be no catching nor hitting. Hurricane Herb would be employed solely as the A's pinch runner. That first season, Washington stole 29 bases in 45 attempts. Unfortunately, during Game 2 of the World Series that autumn, he was picked off first base by the Dodgers' Mike Marshall. He was also caught stealing twice in the ALCS against the Baltimore Orioles. Washington got into 13 more games in the 1975 season before being released by the A's. His career line shows 105 games played over 2 seasons, where he stole 31 bases and was caught 17 times. Herb Washington scored 33 runs for the Oakland A's, all without a single plate appearance. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. Sirius XM, Channel 89.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Saturday, December the 7th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 8 p.m., Boston Celtics face the Memphis Grizzlies. Celtics on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 881. Grizzlies on Internet 894. 8 p.m., Miami Heat face the Phoenix Suns. Heat on Sirius 146, XM 215, and Internet 895. Suns on Internet 903. In the NHL, 8 p.m., Ottawa Senators face the Nashville Predators. Senators on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 939. Predators on Internet 935. 8 p.m., LA Kings face the Minnesota Wild. Kings on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 932. Wild on Internet 933. 10 p.m., Edmonton Oilers face the St. Louis Blues. Oilers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 930. Blues on Internet 944. In NCAA college football, 8 p.m., SMU faces Clemson. SMU on Sirius XM and Internet channels 81. Clemson on Sirius 119, XM 193, and Internet 955. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 80. 8 p.m., Oregon faces Penn State. Oregon on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. Penn State on Sirius XM and Internet channels 82. National feed on Sirius 161, XM 195, and Internet 957. In NCAA college men's basketball, 8 p.m., Arkansas faces UTSA on Sirius 106 XM 190 and Internet 960. 8 p.m., Colorado faces Colorado State. Colorado on XM 381, Internet 971. Colorado State on XM 392, Internet 982. 8 p.m., Oklahoma takes on Alcorn State on XM 391, Internet 981. 8 p.m., Ole Miss faces Lindenwood on Sirius 158, XM 191, and Internet 961. 9 p.m., Loyola Marymount faces Nevada on XM 384, Internet 974. 9 p.m., New Mexico faces New Mexico State on XM 382, Internet 972. 9 p.m., Utah State faces Utah Tech on XM 383, Internet 973. 10 p.m., Gonzaga faces Kentucky. Gonzaga on Sirius XM and Internet channels 83. Kentucky on Sirius 106 XM 190 and Internet 960. 10 p.m., San Diego State takes on San Diego on XM 385, Internet 975. In NCAA College Women's Basketball, 9 p.m., UConn takes on Louisville. UConn on Sirius 85 XM 202 and Internet 964. Louisville on Sirius 132 XM 194 and Internet 956. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Saturday, December the 7th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 8 p.m., Boston Celtics face the Memphis Grizzlies. Celtics on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 881. Grizzlies on Internet 894. 8 p.m., Miami Heat face the Phoenix Suns. Heat on Sirius 146, XM 215, and Internet 895. Suns on Internet 903. In the NHL, 8 p.m., Ottawa Senators face the Nashville Predators. Senators on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 939. Predators on Internet 935. 8 p.m., LA Kings face the Minnesota Wild. Kings on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 932. Wild on Internet 933. 10 p.m., Edmonton Oilers face the St. Louis Blues. Oilers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 930. Blues on Internet 944. In NCAA College Football, 8 p.m., SMU faces Clemson. SMU on Sirius XM and Internet channels 81. Clemson on Sirius 119, XM 193, and Internet 955. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 80. 8 p.m., Oregon faces Penn State. Oregon on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. Penn State on Sirius XM and Internet channels 82. National feed on Sirius 161, XM 195, and Internet 957. In NCAA College Men's Basketball, 8 p.m. XM 190 and Internet 960.
On the court and off, your home for the NBA is Sirius XM. Follow all the drama as your favorite team vies for it all. Sirius XM NBA Radio. Sirius XM 86.
For Sirius XM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton. Teemu Selanne is one of hockey's all-time greats. He played till he was 43, and over the 21 NHL seasons, he was a point-per-game player. Among his accomplishments, he was a 10-time All-Star, a Rocket Richard Trophy winner, a Stanley Cup champion, and he won the Calder Trophy as Rookie of the Year in 92-93, and what a season that was. He was 22, he was playing with the Jets, and in North America for the first time. At the end of the season, he had 132 points, including 76 goals. That smashed Mike Bossy's record of 53 for most by a player in a rookie season. The way Selanne set the record became perhaps the most iconic moment of his career. He did it with a hat trick in front of the home fans in Winnipeg against Quebec and proceeded to throw his glove in the air and pretend to shoot it with his stick. He would go on to spend the next 2 decades playing his way into the hearts of hockey fans all around North America, and was one of the rare stars who even fans of rival teams didn't have anything bad to say about. By the end of his career, when that was done, he was one of the most universally beloved players to ever play the game of hockey. Teemu Selanne, if he probably wanted to, he would have played another 2-3 years, but he knew his time was done. But what a time it was in the NHL. Teemu Selanne, the Finnish Flash, one of the best. For Sirius XM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton.
Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 brings you expert analysis from former players, coaches, and executives, plus reaction to all the latest news on the only 24/7 station dedicated to the National Football League.
The following is a presentation of Sirius XM Sports.
For the
Wildcats, Kirk Kriisa is getting his first start as a Wildcat. 6'3" senior from Estonia, averaging 4 points per game. Last 2 seasons, one at West Virginia, the previous at Arizona, there were 58 games in which he was able to play, and he started 57 of them. So he certainly has experience in that starting point guard role. Jackson Robinson alongside him, 6'5" grad transfer from Ada, Oklahoma, is averaging 12 per game. Otega Owe, Kentucky's leading scorer at 16 a game. 6'4" junior, and he is also from Oklahoma. Andrew Carr at one forward for Kentucky. Carr is averaging 10 points a game. 6'11" grad transfer from Westchester, Pennsylvania. And in the middle from Nottingham, England, the 7-foot grad transfer, Amari Williams, averaging just under double figures at 9.9 points per game. We'll be back with the opening tip for Kentucky and Gonzaga here in Seattle on the UK Sports Network.
Believe your ears. The Christmas season has unofficially begun.
The bone-chilling case of the Menendez brothers.
New twists.
There was no way he was going to let this secret get out.
Who can you trust when everything you thought you knew is turned upside down?
People involved are in some pretty high positions.
Real people, real stories, real mysteries. Dateline 24/7, channel 107, and on the SiriusXM app.
Kentucky's in the blue tonight. White numerals and letters. 2 blue stripes down the left side and the Block UK logo at the bottom of the trunks on the right. The Zags are in white, blue and red trim, and blue numerals and lettering for Gonzaga. The officiating crew led by Greg Nixon, working with Randy McCall and Olandis Poole. And we're on the same side as the Kentucky bench and the Gonzaga bench. So when we tell you that Kentucky is going to start the game going from our right to left, if you're listening to us and following on TV, it'll look just the opposite. So just about ready to go, Goose, and big challenge for Kirk Kriisa. And also it's going to be interesting to see what Kentucky does defensively. Who do they put on Nembhard?
Well, one thing about the matchup with Nembhard, you would like to be able to bring some size against him, but because he's so daggone quick and clever with the ball, that could end up hurting you if that bigger player is not able to keep him in front of him. So for Kerr, yeah, he's going to have to make sure he's defending and just keep himself between Nembhard and the basket. And I'd like to say that's enough, but you and I both know it's not.
Kentucky is facing a team that is a better version of the 2 they just faced in terms of playing through the low post. Clemson was much better than Georgia State. Gonzaga is better than Clemson. I know yesterday at practice, Coach Fox, assistant coach Mark Fox, at one point told the low post guys for Kentucky, it's just going to be a street fight down there on that block sometimes.
It really is. And, you know, Graham Ike, who just was so good against Kentucky last year, and now if he goes out, they come in on their second unit with 2 other 6'10" guys who like to play bully ball. So it's going to be important for Kentucky to get some physical play from their bigs. Williams will need to play. Garrison will need to play some physical basketball. But I feel pretty good with both of those guys.
That game in Lexington last year that Kentucky lost, 89-85. Ike had 23 in that game, and Huff came off the bench of the 5 spot and added 12 more. So they just killed Kentucky in that low post last year. Nembhard struggled a bit in the game in Lexington. He was 1 of 7 from the field, had 6 points in 40 minutes, and turned it over 4 times. Williams in the center circle, opposite EK. We're just about ready to get this one underway. Lower bowl is full, and they're on their feet here in Seattle. The battle in Seattle is how it's billed. Officials waiting for the go sign. It's the third game in a 6-game contract, which calls for this game to be played in Nashville next season. Kentucky played the University of Seattle in 1958 in the national championship game in Freedom Hall. Seattle had Elgin Baylor, but Kentucky knocked them off and won the 4th national championship for Coach Rupp over Seattle. That was in 1958. Vernon Hatton was the star for Kentucky. Tap control by the Zags, and it's in the hands of Nembhard, and he's being guarded by Kriisa. EK, top of the circle, hands it to Nembhard, pressured by Kriisa. Bounce pass left side, Ajayi. They get it down to EK, 15 feet out left side. Jab step, and then he'll shoot and hit.
Well, he's good at that shot, but I feel a lot better letting him have that than getting to the basket.
Kriisa straight away, angles right, they leave him open. He'll take the shot and hit it. Kentucky's on board.
Boy, how nice is it to see that go down.
Kerr shooting 24% behind the arc for the season. Confidently shot that one. Battle of 3 to answer at the other end. Zags right back on top, 5-3. Kentucky with the ball. Carr down the right side, hands it out to Robinson. He'll shoot a 3. It's good. 6-5. The Cats go back in front on consecutive threes. Ajayi dribbles left, hands it to Hickman. Hickman comes to the top, angles to his left, pressured by Robinson. Hickman backs out, gives it to EK. Hickman gets it back, goes down the lane, knocked away by Kriisa, and off the hand of Hickman, turnover Gonzaga. Good help.
Good pace to this game for both teams. I'm afraid that Gonzaga benefits better from this up and down style, but if shots are falling for Kentucky, it's a whole new ball game.
Zags are picking up at three-quarter court. Clemson did that to try to slow down Kentucky's transition. Cats get through it. Oweh attacks left side, dumps it off to Williams, goes up and missed it. Rebounded by EK.
He's got to go up and dunk that one. This is not the game to be falling away.
Battle misses the 3 in transition. Kentucky rebounds. Oweh down the right side into front court. Kicks it behind him to Robinson, around to Carr. Left side, Kriisa, right back to Carr. Carr comes into the lane, backing down, goes up with a jump hook over EK that bounces off, and EK rebounds it. Here come the Zags. Kentucky up 6-5. Nembhard, top of the circle. Robinson's got him down. Nembhard, pull up left of the lane, hits it. Zags retake the lead. It's 7-6 on a 10-footer off the left side of the lane from Nembhard. Kriisa out deep on the right. Puts it between his legs once. It's Robinson at the top of the circle. Robinson feeds a wide open Williams for the dunk off the pick and roll.
Exactly what he has to do. Be aggressive and dunk that thing.
8-7 Kentucky comes to EK, 15 feet out right side. He faces up on Amari Williams. Now turns his back to him. Backs into the lane. Shoots over him, and it's knocked away. Williams diving for the ball. EK beats him to it. EK throws it out front to Nembhard. Over to Hickman for a quick 3. It's no good. And Williams goes up and wrestles with a rebound for Ajayi. And Ajayi comes out with it. Misses a point-blank shot. And Kentucky's got it. Kriisa up the left side. Slows it up. No numbers. He gives it to the trailer, Carr. Now Williams out deep on the right side. Over to Carr. Carr takes it down the left side of the lane. Turns back to his right hand. Double team. Pass to the corner. Kriisa. Open 3. No. Rebound battle for the Zags. Battle drives it into front court. All the way to the rim. Banks it up and in. No, won't count. The foul is before the shot. Battle can't believe it, but it's going to be a call on the floor against Jackson Robinson. That's his first and the first foul of the game.
Just kind of reached in and grabbed his arm. It was actually looked like it might have been Carr that
I thought so too,
him.
but he signaled 2.
Yeah.
The official did. We'll check on that in a minute. Nembhard's got it right side. Guarded by Kriisa. Nembhard takes it down to the corner. Pump fake. Open 10-footer. Good off the right baseline. Kriisa bought the pump fake. 4 points.
He is so good.
Gonzaga back in front 9-8. A little over 3 minutes in. Here's Williams straight away, hands it back to Krisa. Krisa, overhead pass to Carr on the left wing. Carr comes out front, all the way over to the right wing, hands it to Robinson. Open for a three, missed it. Rebound batted around, and Carr comes out with it. Over to Williams, right side to Owe, spins with a floater that's no good, and it's rebounded by the Zags. Nembhard up the middle of the floor. Pulls up, gives it behind him to EK. Nembhard gets it back. Nembhard down the right side of the lane, shovel pass EK, 10-footer, right out in front of the basket, rattles in. Second basket for EK, 11-8, Gonzaga.
They execute their stuff, and you would expect that from a team that's been together the way these guys have.
4 minutes in as Krisa stands and dribbles out deep on the right. Dribbles over, hands it to Carr. He gives it to Robinson. Robinson to Williams. Bounce pass to Robinson, cutting down the lane, banks it up, and it comes out. Pretty pass from Williams, but Robinson couldn't finish it. Nembhard drives it to the left baseline, pulls up and hits. Won't count. Foul before the shot against Kentucky. It's going to be on Krisa. His first, team second. 15:44 to play in the first half. Timeout on the floor. Gonzaga 11, Kentucky 8 on the UK Sports Network.
BBN Game Day. It's your weekly look inside UK athletics. Saturdays at 9 a.m. on LEX 18 and stations across the state. Check ukathletics.com/UK Sports Network for stations and times in your area. BBN Game Day.
Happy holidays from the Kentucky Lottery. Add some cheer to your holiday season with our festive holiday scratch-offs. Treat your Christmas list to the chance to win up to $500,000. Don't forget to get some for yourself, too. Purchase at any Kentucky Lottery retailer for your chance to win today. Visit kylottery.com for more details. Please gift responsibly, Kentucky.
Hey, Wildcat fans! Little Caesars, the home of hot and ready pizza, invites you to try our world-famous Crazy Bread with crazy sauce, Caesar wings, Italian cheese bread, and our new cookie dough brownie dessert. At Little Caesars, we begin each day with dough made fresh from scratch, fresh, never frozen cheese, and the tastiest toppings. Little Caesars is also a proud partner of UK Athletics and an enthusiastic member of Big Blue Nation. So go Cats!
Pizza, pizza. BBN Game Day. It's your weekly look inside UK athletics. Saturdays at 9 a.m. on LEX 18 and stations across the state. Check ukathletics.com/UK Sports Network for stations and times in your area. BBN Game Day.
6 lead changes in the first media timeout. Gonzaga 11, Kentucky 8 with 15:44 left to play here in the opening half. Zags 5 of 9 from the field. Kentucky just 3 of 9, but 2 of their baskets have been three-pointers. Goose, what do you see so far?
Well, I like the start to this game. As I just said, I just don't know if this up and down kind of game is what Kentucky needs. I mean, yeah, Kentucky wants to get up and get some quick shots, but for sure, they have to figure out a way to slow Gonzaga down. They're so good in their transition.
Kentucky's first basket came off the right hand of Kirk Krisa. A three-pointer gives him 1,000 points for his college career. With US Bank broadcast table here at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. U.S. Bank, put your trust in a bank that's been focused on serving the people and businesses in Kentucky and all across the country since 1863. Kobe Brea and Brandon Garrison have checked in. Williams and Robinson are out. Our broadcast presented by Bluegrass Hearing Clinic, where better hearing begins. Gonzaga's ball left baseline. They play it into EK in the corner. Trying to back down against Garrison. EK turns to his left hand. Fall away 10-footer. Bounces off. Rebounded by Brea. Good defense by Garrison. Did not get himself muscled underneath the basket by the bigger EK. Brea double teamed out front. Bounces it over to Krisa deep on the left. Carr comes to get it at the top. Carr dribbles right, almost lost it, gathers it back in. Now hands it to Owe. Owe comes into the lane, throws it out to Garrison, and he walked. First turnover of the game for Kentucky as Garrison tried to make his move from the top of the key.
Now, they won't come out and play him from there, but he needs to maybe let one go so they'll know at least that he'll take that shot.
Gonzaga with the basketball as Nembhard comes down the right side of the lane, bounces it back to EK in the paint, who hits a 10-footer off the pick and roll.
Boy, his game has gotten so much better. He looks so much smoother on offense.
Transfer from Wyoming, who had 15 games with 20-plus points last season. Already got 6. Kentucky with the ball in front court. Here's Bray at the top of the circle. Pass right side to Owe. Cut off on the drive. Now he goes down the right side, flips it up, won't go, but he got fouled as he took it right into the chest of Battle.
And that's how these guys are going to need to attack the basket, because you're going to have bigs there every time you go.
Hensley Almanor, Jackson Robinson getting set to check in for Kentucky. Ortega Owe to the free throw line.
So it looks to me like Jackson Robinson will probably get Kirk Krisa out of there.
Free throw good.
And he will now run the point guard spot.
Which he did some last year for BYU, Coach Polk told us.
And he can do it. It's going to be interesting to see how much pressure up the floor he gets from Nembhard should they be matched up against each other.
One more for Owe. And it's good. 13-10. Gonzaga with the lead of the basketballs. Nembhard skips into front court. Angles left off the EK pick. Takes it down the lane. Gets to the rim. Misses the leaner. And it's rebounded by Garrison. Outlet to Robinson. Kentucky running. Robinson.
Shoot that.
Open. Right wing. Lets it fly. Bounces around and won't go down. Rebound Gonzaga. Nembhard. Long bounce pass ahead to Battle, who banks it in. What a pretty pass from Nembhard, who was in back court and threw a one-hand bounce pass, winding up like a quarterback would, and hit Battle right in stride coming down the right side of the court. 15-10 Gonzaga. Right side, it's Owe. Owe cut off out to Almanor. Left side, Robinson across to Garrison at the top of the key. And giving him that three, he hands it to Brea. Brea can't get the shot off, throws it to Almanor, left baseline, misses a 10-footer, and it's rebounded by Gonzaga. Nembhard throws it up into front court to Hickman. Thought about a three, but thinks better of it. Here's Hickman down the lane. Dish to EK on the pick and roll. Missed the shot, but a foul on Kentucky. Boy, they are so effective, Goose, on that pick and roll with EK and any of the guards.
Well, EK sets a good screen. He stays there. He's not going to slip any screens. He's going to make sure there's body contact. And those guards know to turn the corner. And that's going to be especially true with Jackson Robinson guarding Nembhard. So maybe have to force the ball out of his hand.
Free throw good. 7. Graham EK. Foul was on Kobe Brea. Colin Chandler, the freshman, checks in. He didn't play Tuesday night down at Clemson. Owe gets a breather.
Well, when you're confident in your rebounding.
Both free throws good for Graham EK. He goes out. Huff is in. 6'10 sophomore. Greg is in. A 6'10 senior. 17-10 Gonzaga. Little three-quarter court pressure. Chandler in backcourt, and he is fouled as he tried to go up the right side. Hickman stuck out a knee, and that's his first, and that's 2 on Gonzaga.
Tom, I was going to say, when you're confident in your rebounding, and Gonzaga definitely is, you can get so many opportunities on the fast break because guys can leak out from the weak side.
Dusty Stromer's in for Gonzaga, a 6'6 guard. Brea straight away between the circles for Kentucky. Drives down the left side of the lane. He's cut off. Brings it back out front. Swing it to Almanor, to Robinson on the right wing. 15 to shoot. Robinson comes off the screen, loses it. Shovel pass over to Garrison. He fakes the three, drives down the lane, flips up a leaner that won't go, and it's rebounded by Gonzaga. No second chances for the Wildcats. Hickman into front court, picked up by Chandler. To Huff, back to Hickman. Hickman comes to the top, shoots a three, missed it. Rebounded by Garrison. Chandler got hung up trying to get through the screen, but fortunately Hickman missed a wide open look. Garrison down the right side, puts it up and in off the pick and roll. Robinson hits Garrison on the roll to the basket. Stromer, quick three at the other end. It's no good, rebounded by Garrison. Kentucky headed the other way, trailing 17-12. Robinson on the point, feeds Garrison on the pick and roll, goes through his hands and out of bounds. He was going to have space in the lane to work with, but ball sailed right through his hands. He'll come out. Williams and Krisa back in. Robinson and Garrison will come out.
Well, and that screen and roll for Kentucky had just worked it was going to work again, but Brendan Garrison had a little trouble handling that one, went right out of bounds.
Nembhard out deep near the timeline, takes it down the lane, now steps back with a 15-footer good. Playing with such confidence, 19-12, Zags. Kriisa out deep on the right side for Kentucky, over to Almanor at the top, left side Brea. Brea gives it up to Williams straight away. Williams holding the ball at his waist, now hands it to Chandler. Chandler gets into the lane, throws it out on the right side to Almanor, and it's wide of Ansley and out of bounds. A turnover, and Carr will come back into the game now for Kentucky.
Well, the difference in Kentucky's execution right now is that Gonzaga is coming off of the screens looking for shots. Kentucky's coming off looking for passes, and it allows the defense to relax just a little bit.
Nembhard with it between the circles, straight away, two-hand pass to the right side to Hickman. Hickman, right-hand drive along the baseline, puts it up and in with the left hand. His first bucket, 21-12 Gonzaga. Kriisa gives it up to Brea, deep three, straight away, missed it off the back iron. Kriisa trying to dive in to get the rebound, can't come up with it, out of bounds off him. Timeout on the floor, 11:35 left to play here in the opening half in Seattle. Gonzaga leads it by 9, 21-12 on the UK Sports Network.
Europe's top soccer clubs are battling it out in the UEFA Champions League, and you can hear all the drama on Sirius XM FC.
And a chance now, and it's been put away by Weston McKennie.
A pair of iconic teams square off in northern Italy as Juventus hosts Manchester City.
Put it for Haaland, easy as you like.
Coverage begins Wednesday at 3 Eastern on Sirius XM FC Channel 157 in the car and streaming on the Sirius XM app.
What's up, college football fans? It's Eric McLean and Kelly Gramlich here from Gramlich and McLean. Wake up with us every single morning on SiriusXM Channel 371.
Join us each day at 7 a.m. to get the most in-depth ACC football coverage. We're giving you post-game recaps, player and coach interviews, as well as picks for your favorite team each and every week.
Coast-to-coast coverage every single day. It's football season, baby. Let's go.
Gramlich and McLean, weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Eastern on ACC Radio, SiriusXM Channel 371. We're talking college football on SEC This Morning.
Shane Beamer, and he's joining us. If I'm on the College Football Playoff Committee and I'm starting to think about South Carolina deserving a spot, why?
Who are the 12 best teams? It's hard for me to say that we're not one of them. I wouldn't want to play us. A 6-game winning streak, 4 wins this season over ranked teams. Who you play and how you perform has to matter.
Listen live weekdays 8 to 11 a.m. Eastern on SEC Radio Channel 374 and the Sirius XM app.
Watch BB and Game Day all season long. The show airs on Saturday mornings at 9 in Lexington. Check UKathletics.com/UK Sports Network for TV affiliates and times in your area. Fans outside the state can watch at UKathletics.com/videos or on the Kentucky Wildcats Facebook page. Kentucky 4 of 14 from the field and just 2 offensive rebounds, but that's the norm for Gonzaga. Top 10 in the country in defensive rebound percentage, and Kentucky not getting any second chances for all those misses, Goose.
Well, yeah, that's a problem, obviously. But the other problem is you look on the other end, and Gonzaga is shooting 53%. So you want to try to see that percentage come down some. Obviously, Kentucky needs to make more shots, but got to get some stops as well.
Kentucky's 2 of 6 on threes, 2 of 8 inside the arc, and that would be on track to be their lowest percentage of the season. Kriisa, Kentucky's actually got the ball. Comes into Carr, and he banks it up and in. So Kentucky got the break there when Kriisa dove into the fray at the other end to fight for the rebound and went out of bounds off Gonzaga. It's that tough viewing angle that we have. Sorry we missed that one for you. So the Cats scored off the inbounds play to Carr. 21-14. The Zags lead cut to 7. Pass comes right side to Stromer. He'll shoot a 3 and hit it.
Well, he can't go behind those screens. There's no way you can beat this team by going behind screens.
And that's what Chandler did. He got hung up in traffic, and it left Stromer wide open, 24-14. Kriisa comes into the circle, throws it over to Carr. Thought about a 3. Now puts it behind his back. Backs his way down the lane, bumping with Greg, and he puts it in through the contact. A tough finish down low. Back-to-back buckets for Andrew Carr, 24-16. Gonzaga with the lead in the ball. Nembhard, top of the circle. Nembhard dribbles it off his foot.
Yeah.
And he's just letting it roll into backcourt, and he'll pick it up, and it'll be a backcourt violation on the Zags. Chandler having some issues defensively, fighting through those tough Gonzaga screens, headed to the bench. Way back in.
And that's kind of stops I'm talking about, Tom. Whatever it takes to slow this team down.
Zags only averaged 9 turnovers a game. That was their second one tonight. An unforced error there. Nembhard just dribbled it off his foot. Carr, he scored the last 2 for Kentucky. He's got it on the right wing. Carr dribbles once, hands it to Owe. Driving, baseline right, gets to the rim and puts it in. Strong finish.
Well, that's working for Kentucky. They are definitely concerned with Kentucky's ability to get and make three-point shots.
Battle, left wing, bounces it over to Greg. They swing it right side to Nembhard. Nembhard hooks it back to Greg. He'll take a 3, miss it from the top of the key. Williams rebounds the ball in traffic, and then it's knocked away and taken away by Stromer. He almost threw it away. Battle on the floor, and we're going to get a call against Kentucky's Per Krisa. I think for kicking the ball.
Kicking the ball, yeah. Well, and that's a pretty good play right there by Kerr because Gonzaga had the numbers.
Krisa pulled his teammates together, pumping his fists, exhorting them. Gonzaga will put it in play as we go under 10 to play in the first half. Kentucky's cut that 10-point lead down to 6. Zags with the ball. Nembhard straight away, works it down the left side, spins, passes it to Huff. Huff down the lane, shoots a jump hook good from about 6 feet out.
Well, it's just a little bit too easy in the paint now. 12-4 points in the paint. 12-6.
26-18 Gonzaga. Andrew Carr, right side, lets it fly, missed a 3. Rebound tapped around and claimed by Huff for Gonzaga. Battle brings it up the left side, gives it to the trailer Huff. He'll pull up, shoot a 3. It rims out, no good. Greg with the follow. He missed it, gets it back, follows it in again, and this one goes.
And that's what I say. They come with 2 6'10" guys off the bench who just love to eat up rebounds.
Carr dribbles right, hands it to Owe, comes to the free throw line, jumper short. Rebound, Battle. Battle racing to the other end, down the middle of the floor, right to the rim for a slam. And Kentucky will take a timeout with 8:58 to play in the first half. Gonzaga spurts out to its largest lead of the night. The Zags with a 30-18 advantage. And Gonzaga feeding off their rebounding on the defensive glass. Had a big game last year in Lexington when he was playing for Arkansas at 34 points. He's got 7. EK on the bench right now with 8. Nembhard 6. Good balance on that Gonzaga team like Kentucky has. What do the Cats need to do to get this back in their favor?
It's all starting with rebounding the basketball. That was one of my Goose's givens here for this game. It's a given they have to rebound the basketball against this team. Now, they're big and they are strong, Gonzaga is, and they seem very confident that they can dominate the painted area, and that has happened to this point. So Kentucky's going to have to man up, get a little bit stronger, a little bit more physical, and just kind of even things up in the paint.
Last 3 games, Kentucky has shot 27% at the three-point line. They hit their first 2 tonight, but they have cooled off, still struggling to make those threes. And Kentucky's got the ball, trailing 30-18 with 8:58 to play. Brea is out, so it's Krisa, Robinson, Almanor, Garrison, and Owe on the floor for the Cats. EK back in for Gonzaga. Garrison, top of the circle. Dribbles it to his left, bounces it into Owe, posting up left of the lane, works inside against Stromer, and then dribbled it off his foot. And I think Stromer touched it last. It'll be Kentucky ball.
Well, this is a confident Gonzaga team so far in this game.
Got that right. They are oozing confidence right now. Hitting shots, and when they miss them, they go get them. Which Greg did twice. Looks like Krisa may have a cut on his leg, so he's going to go over to the Kentucky bench to get that attended to. if they can do it quickly enough to keep him in the game with 8:47 left to play here in the opening half in Seattle.
Well, I thought when he went down on the floor to try to come up with that ball out near half court, he got called for kicking the ball, but there was a skin burn. I heard it all the way over here as he dove on the floor for that one. So I think he's obviously going to be okay. Not enough to get him out of the game.
Coach Pope talked about one of the two keys anytime you play Gonzaga is rebounding, and Kentucky's getting beaten on the boards right now, 15-8, 5 offensive rebounds for the Zags. Owe plays it into Almanor on the left wing. Kriisa comes to get it. Kriisa back to Almanor. Feeds it into the low post to Garrison. Garrison about 15 feet out on the left side, hands it to Kriisa. Kriisa takes it to the corner, fires it back out front. Almanor, long short. Three is short. Rebound, kicks out, and finally it's chased down by Owe. Kentucky with a second chance. 8.5 left to play in the first half. Robinson over to Garrison at the top of the key. Dribbles left, gives it back to Robinson. A quick three, no good. Long rebound, back to Kentucky. Almanor, right wing, over to Kriisa. He fakes the three, penetrates, hooks it to an open Almanor. His three, no good. Long rebound to Kriisa. Kriisa back to Almanor. He'll try another one. Got it.
Yeah, that's the way to stay with it, Ainsley. That you have to stay with it. Kentucky working on the glass a little bit on that possession.
Finally pays dividends, 30-21. Kentucky back to within single digits. Gonzaga with the ball. Stromer out deep left. Throws it over to Battle. Battle down the right side of the lane. Cut off by Almanor. Shovel pass to Huff. It's blocked by Garrison. Almanor saves it in. No, he was on the baseline when he touched the ball.
2 hands on that one.
It'll stay with the Zags. Timeout on the floor. 7:42 left to play in the opening half. Gonzaga 30, Kentucky 21 on the UK Sports Network.
If you're a part of Big Blue Nation, then you need to listen to Clark's Pump and Shop BBN Radio on the UK Sports Network. Airs Monday nights from 7 to 8 p.m. immediately following the UK Healthcare Mark Stoops Show. It's a 1-hour insider's look at UK athletics, hosted by Darren Hedrick, and a rotating cast of coaches, players, and your favorite UK Sports Network personalities.
Victory! Kentucky!
Get inside the program with Clark's Pump and Shop BBN Radio, Monday nights, 7 to 8 p.m. on the UK Sports Network.
Whoa, 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 Dave. Before you use that post hole digger, where's your gas line? And where's your wallet? Because you hit a gas line and it's going to cost you. Not to mention that it's also very dangerous. Okay, now, where's your phone? Good. Call 811 before you dig. One call, and you'll know where to dig every time. So call 811. No problems, no accident, no fines. Oh, and it's the law.
A U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024, U.S. Bank.
Talk Kentucky basketball Monday nights on the UK Healthcare Mark Pope Show, followed by Bluegrass Hearing Clinic Kenny Brooks Show and Clark's Pump and Shop BBN Radio. Make sure you're with us Monday night, 6 Eastern on these UK Sports Network stations. Gonzaga from the field, 13 of 25, 52%, only 2 of 8 on threes. Kentucky, 8 of 23 from the field, 35%, and 3 of 11 at the three-point line for the Wildcats, who trail 30-21 with 7:42 to play in the first half.
Yeah, Kentucky just showed that they can rebound the basketball down on that offensive end of the floor for them. So if they can continue to figure out how to get offensive rebounds, make it more difficult for Gonzaga to get that in the transition, those fast break points, that'd be a big, big thing for Kentucky.
Ajayi and Ike back in for Gonzaga. It's Kriisa, Robinson, Owe, Almanor, and Robinson on the floor for Kentucky's. Gonzaga's ball on the right baseline with 20 on the shot clock. Nemhard, who started his career at Creighton, Played in an Elite Eight with the Blue Jays and then transferred to Gonzaga. He inbounds the ball. Comes to Battle, whips it out to EK at the top. EK gives it back over to Nembhard. Nembhard comes off a screen, almost lost the ball, gathers it back in, throws it back to EK for a three.
Oh, man.
Good. He was 1 of 5 on the season before hitting that three-pointer.
Wouldn't you know it? Boy, and didn't hesitate to let that one go.
33-21 Zags. Krisa across to Garrison, straight away. Garrison hands it to Robinson. Robinson tries to get into the lane. Throws it out to Almanor. Right side to Owe. Owe out beyond the arc. Over to Garrison. He'll take a three. Hit it!
Well, see, that's what I mean, Tom. He needs to let one of those fly, just like EK did, because now you have to come out and guard him.
First career three-point basket for Brandon Garrison. 6:50 to play first half, 33-24 Zags. Here's Nembhard, straight away. Floating left, he'll launch a three. Comes up way short, but it carries the Battle in the left corner. He drives baseline, cut off, falls down, and he dribbled it on the inline. Yes. Kentucky's ball.
Great job cutting off the baseline.
Good defense leads to a Gonzaga turnover. Cats with a chance to cut into that 9-point lead as Battle says something to the official. He thought he got fouled.
Well, I'm sure he did, but he just got bodied up, and that's what you have to do. That's the same thing they're doing to Kentucky, and they're not calling it, so good no call by the officials.
Owe hands it off to Krisa out near the timeline. Krisa straight away, angles left, whips a pass over on the right side to Robinson. Robinson penetrates, can't get a shot, out to Garrison. Another three, and this one's high off the back of the iron. It's no good. Batted around, and Almanor comes out with it. Over to Robinson. Robinson penetrates, short, 8-foot leaner, short, rebounded by Garrison. Fumbles it in, and he got fouled.
Boy, they found some spots in that paint on that offensive end of the floor for those rebound attempts, Tom.
Brandon Garrison, much livelier legs than he had coming off that injury, and he is paying the energy's paying dividends. The foul was on Ajayi, his first. That's 3 on the Zags, and Garrison.
So what are they doing? They're shooting a free throw. Did they call it technical foul?
Battles shooting a free throw for Gonzaga. Must have been a technical. Free throw's good.
I'm not sure what that was, Tom.
So he's got one more. Mark Pope's trying to get an explanation. Now, just as Battle had the ball, the official takes it away from him and confers with his colleague. And they got one more shot for Battle. So the basket counted for Garrison. It was 33-26, now 34-26. And Battle with one more free throw.
From what I understand, that technical was on Brandon Garrison.
Maybe he said something. The taunting or something, I don't know.
Not sure what that was, but
so Garrison,
it's a gift,
picks up a personal. It's his first and the team's fourth, and now he'll go to the line to try to complete his three-point play.
He might have reacted a little bit too aggressively after making that shot and getting fouled.
35-26 Zags. Garrison hits it. 35-27, and Brea checking into the Kentucky lineup. Brandon Garrison with 8 big points off the bench for Kentucky. So Brea, Owe, Robinson, Krisa, and Garrison on the floor. It's a small lineup. Really 4 guards and Garrison. Here's Ajayi out on the right side. He dribbles out front. Battle wants it. Now he hands it to him. Battle goes off the EK screen and almost threw it away. EK rescues it, bounces it down to Nembhard. Nembhard bounce pass to the left corner. Ajayi fakes, penetrates, and feeds it down low to EK, and a foul on Garrison.
Well, that's
on Garrison, his second.
Some very fortunate bounces for Gonzaga.
Yeah, they nearly turned it over 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
35-27 Zags. EK at the line for 2 shots. 5:47 to play in the half. That's 5 fouls on Kentucky. 2 for Garrison, though, as he's been playing really well. Free throw good. EK 12 points.
Well, I just love how he has improved his game, Tom. He has put in a bunch of work.
Now here comes Williams, and Garrison will go out.
I mean, not that he wasn't good last year, because he was, but I remember seeing him earlier in his career, and offensively, He just didn't seem comfortable.
It's 2. 13 points in the first half for Graham Ike and a 10-point lead for the Zags. 37-27. Krisa's got it out deep on the right side, guarded by Nembhard. 5:35 left in the first half. Krisa to the top of the key, a 3. Good!
Got to come off of that screen looking to shoot, Tom. You just can't come off of there thinking you're going to pass it.
37-30 Zags. They've got the ball. Battle out deep left. Comes to the top, passes over to Stromer. He hands it to Nembhard. Nembhard, one-hand bounce pass to Ike, then Nembhard gets it back. Nembhard goes down the lane, hooks it over his head to Ike, who goes up and scores, and he's fouled by Williams. Another three-point play opportunity for Graham Ike, and on Williams, his first in the team.
Well, you just would kind of like to see those bigs on those high screens step out just a little bit to distract and slow down that guard coming off over that screen, because they're getting into the paint. Now everybody's kind of scrambling to find people, and that is the way Gonzaga likes to get you.
Ike rolls in the free throw, 16 first half points. Brea open for three on the right side, doesn't take it, drives into the paint, flips it up and in. 40-32 Gonzaga. Nembhard comes into front court, hands it off to Hickman, who's back in the game. Pass to Ike at the top, to Hickman on the right side. Hickman bounces to Ike in the lane, fakes, drives, and scores. 18 for Ike. Kentucky has no answer for him right now. 42-32 Gonzaga. And a near turnover at the other end. Robinson saves it into Brea, who hits the side of the backboard with a three-pointer out of the left corner. Zags coming the other way with a 10-point lead in the ball. Nembhard out deep on the right. Works his way down the lane, cut off, circles and pulls it back out. Nembhard down the lane, dishes off to Ajayi, and he's fouled from behind by Brea. Nembhard is so good, and his teammates know that, Goose, and they just kind of follow him, thinking it's almost like a running back waiting for the option pitch from a quarterback.
Yeah, and he sees the floor so well. And they know if they just get themselves open, he's going to find a way to get them the ball. But it all starts with those high screen and rolls.
Free throw, Ajayi, good. His first point. Chandler and Carr come in. Owe and Williams go out. So now Kentucky's going to be really small still, but Carr is at the 5 spot out there with Chandler, Robinson, Brea, and Krisa.
And with the way Ike is playing, I'd be really surprised if they don't go right to him in the low post.
Free throw good. 12-point lead for the Zags. Krisa walks it into front court. Picked up by Innocente. Krisa out deep on the right. Floats it to Robinson. Robinson coming down to the 4-minute mark. Tries to go down the lane. He's cut off. Throws it back to Krisa. Krisa out near the midcourt circle. Floats over to his left. Goes down the lane. Pass to the corner. Chandler, 3. Comes up short. Rebounded by Ike. Here comes Gonzaga. They've got the ball and a 12-point lead. 3:45 to play in the first half. Ajayi passes to his left. Ike posting up down low. That's who they want to get it to, but they can't. Back to Battle straight away. Battle floats over to his left. Couple of between the legs dribbles. Goes to his right, down the lane. Can't get a shot off, and it's a turnover. He threw it away. Krisa with a steal. Ahead to Brea. Brea stops on the left wing. Standing and dribbling with his right hand. Bounce pass to Carr at the top of the key. Carr hands it back to Brea. Brea tried to penetrate, could not. Back over to Chandler. Chandler to Brea. Over to Krisa. Shot clock at 10 seconds. Krisa comes, says Carr, come and get it. Carr does. He goes down the lane, gets in deep, goes up, gets hammered, and Gonzaga's got it coming the other way. Could have been a foul. Feed into Ajayi. He turns and misses. The ball's tapped out of bounds by Carr. And when Ajayi turned, Krisa hit the deck. No call. Unfortunately, Ajayi missed it, but Gonzaga ends up with the 50-50 ball off the rebound. They'll have it when we come back. 2:50 to play in this first half. The Zags lead the Wildcats 44-32 on the UK Sports Network.
Feel the thrill of the Premier League on Sirius XM FC.
Arsenal running riot. A quick fire double from Chelsea.
Hear every pulse-pounding moment.
Haaland scores the hat-trick. Brilliant left-foot strike by Salah. What a goal by Marcus Rashford.
From the world's most exciting league.
Absolutely glorious from Tottenham Hotspur.
Manchester United turn it round.
All on your radio home for the beautiful game.
If you like soccer, you are in the right place.
The Premier League lives on Sirius XM FC 157 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
There is real advantage for teams that know how to play in the snow. Playoff runs have to go through cold weather.
When it happens in the NFL, we're reacting to it on Sirius XM NFL Radio.
Happy for Sam Darnold. They might be the most underrated 10-win team, but it's fun to watch them.
Get closer to the game with interviews with players, coaches, and executives.
Washington's outstanding rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels.
Well, it always feels great to get a win. We got to make plays. We got to be able to finish.
Nobody covers the game like Sirius XM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
Believe your ears. The Christmas season has unofficially begun. Holly has returned. A holiday channel with Mariah, Kelly, Sabrina, and more. Turn up the merry and bright holiday hits that get the season lit. Holly, now through Christmas Day on Channel 79, or listen at home on the Sirius XM app.
Play in the first half, 44-32. Gonzaga leading Kentucky. Our broadcast being presented by Bluegrass Hearing Clinic, where better hearing begins. Lamont Butler not able to go tonight on that ankle. Hopefully he'll be back in the Cats' next play on Wednesday against Colgate, but Goose, they really miss his physical presence on defense and then playing through contact at the other end on offense.
Yeah, no question about it. They could use him tonight. Now, I'm excited that Travis Perry has been called on, and he's about to check into the game. I know he's been shooting lights out in practice. I don't know whether or not that figures into it, but it's going to be important for him to come in and, boy, he's got his work cut out for him, but good opportunity for the young guy.
Kentucky getting up more threes as Mark Post wanted. 16 three-point attempts, but they're still not making them. Only 5 makes. Half of their shots have been threes. Maybe Perry can get them going. Comes into EK. He'll try another three. This one's short, and it's rebounded by Carr. He gives it to Robinson. It's out there with Perry, Brea, Owe, and Carr. Robinson moves it over to the left side. Gets in low. Flips up a runner that bounces around and comes off. No good. And Gonzaga's got it coming the other way. Nembhard jogs it up the left side. Comes to the top of the circle. Floats over to his left. EK comes out to take it. Bounce feed into Huff, who turns and scores over Brea. Correction, it was Craig at 6'10". A mismatch there against Brea. 46-32 Gonzaga. They do a good job of finding those mismatches when they occur. Brea out deep on the left. Kentucky going small ball. Here's Carr. Hits Robinson going down the lane. Misses the leaner. Jam attempt by Owe won't go. And Gonzaga's got it into front court. Pass to the right corner, Hickman. He fakes the three, penetrates, loses it. Now he's in trouble. Throws it out front to Nembhard to reset it. Nembhard guarded by Perry, hooks it over to Hickman in the right corner for a three. It's no good. Rebound to Brea. Brea for Kentucky up the middle of the floor with a left-hand dribble. 1:40 to play in the half. Carr open to the right side, turned down a three-pointer, gives it back to Brea. Brea fakes right, goes left. Back to Carr. He fakes the three. Drives by Greg. Jump pass to the corner. Perry's three. No good. And rebound EK. Here come the Zags back the other way. Kentucky just can't make the shots. Nembhard, top of the circle. Takes it down to the left side of the lane. Hesitates. Comes back out front. And here's a foul. And it's on Jackson Robinson. He got caught guarding EK in the paint. That's 2 on Robinson. 7 on Kentucky. So going to the line, 8 on Kentucky, I should say. Going to the line is EK. About to shoot his 49th free throw attempt of the season.
Boy, he is so physically strong. Again, Tom, Kentucky is coming over the screens looking for passes. Gonzaga coming over the screens looking to shoot the basketball, and that's a big difference right now.
Free throw no good. Rebounded by Williams for Kentucky. A break for the Cats. They're down 14. They need to take advantage of this break and get a bucket here. Owe trying to attack off the right side, gets bumped, and he backs out, throws it to Carr at the top. He hands it to Brea. Brea straight away, angles left. Can't get off a shot. 10 to shoot. Bounce pass to Williams, right of the lane. Williams backing in on EK. Turnaround jump hook, short. That's just cannot put it in the hole. Rebounded by Gonzaga. And a whistle. And we've got the timeout for Gonzaga with 42.6 seconds left to play in the first half. The Zags with a 14-point lead, 46-32 over Kentucky.
Tom, the paint play has been vastly different when it comes to how Gonzaga is attacking the paint and Kentucky is attacking the paint. It seems as though Gonzaga is welcoming the physical play, welcoming somebody to come at them, and they still are attacking the basket. Kentucky is trying to, it appears, trying to avoid that kind of contact. So now you shoot a shot falling away. You don't get a chance to get the basket. You don't get a chance to get to the free throw line. So you miss out all the way around.
Zags shooting 52% in this first half. Kentucky 12 of 36. They've missed 9 of their last 13 shots. They're in a 14-point hole here in the battle in Seattle as Gonzaga gets set to put it in play on the side. Comes into Nembhard. He gives it to Hickman. Hickman down into the lane with a right-hand leaner that bounces in.
And that's the example right there. The high screen, he's coming over looking to shoot it.
Zags by 16 inside the final 30 seconds of the first half. Krisa out deep on the left. Feeds it into Carr. Carr left of the lane. Goes up with a shot and gets fouled.
That's what I'm talking about. Welcome that contact. Now you can at least get to the free throw line.
Fouls on EK, just the fourth of the first half on Gonzaga. But part of that is because of what you're talking about, not embracing that contact so you're not going to get the foul call.
You know, you can't run away from it. It is who they are. So you just have to say, well, I'm going to get physical with you.
2 shots for Carr. First one's good. He's got 5 points. (48-33) Gonzaga, 20 seconds to play in the half. Second one is good. And Huff coming into the game now for the Zags. They get EK out after he picked up his first foul. 48-34 Bulldogs. They've got the ball. Kentucky picking up in backcourt. Nembhard over to Battle. Back to Nembhard. Still in backcourt. Now he brings it across the line. Cut off by Owe. Nembhard standing in the midcourt circle. 6 seconds. Goes to his right. Now goes back to his left. 18-footer. Good.
That's just a big-time shot.
A bucket just ahead of the halftime buzzer. And Gonzaga will take a 16-point lead into the locker room here in Seattle. The Zags 50, the Cats 34 on the UK Sports Network.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Hey, BBN, Coach Pope here. Our program's mentality is relentless 24/7 work. Total dedication every day. It's what it takes to raise banners. And it's what it takes to tackle the Commonwealth's biggest healthcare challenges. Big Blue determination. It's why UK Healthcare is the #1 hospital in Kentucky and the official healthcare partner of UK Athletics.
Right corner, 3-ball, got it!
Tune into the UK Healthcare Mark Pope Show on the UK Sports Network. Join the voice of the Wildcats, Tom Leach, and head coach Mark Pope as they take questions from the Big Blue Nation.
Another three! Got it! My goodness!
Join them at 6 p.m. every Monday night throughout the entire basketball season.
Just jammed it in on the putback.
Check your local listings for the UK Sports Network affiliate in your area.
Finished it with a left hand off the glass.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Halftime in Seattle, Gonzaga leading Kentucky 50-34. And the Zags, when they are up 10 or more at halftime, have won 175 games in a row. So that's what Kentucky's working against in the final 20 minutes. First half stats presented by Toyota. The Cats shooting just 12 of 36 from the field, 33%, 5 of 17 at the three-point line. Zags only 3 of 12 threes, but 19 of 35 overall for 54%. So they're 16 of 23 inside the arc, and Kentucky is